Hi. Today, on this series about podcasting and podcast guesting, I want to talk about your lighthouse, my lighthouse. So, what's the lighthouse got to do with podcasting? Well, it's all my friend George Bryant's fault because he introduced me to the lighthouse as a metaphor for business and for marketing in particular. And the metaphor comes back to the fact that lighthouses always shine their light consistently, regardless of what the outside environment is like. So, whether there's storms, whether there's sunshine, whether there's wind, rain, even a pandemic, whatever it is, the light shines consistently and congruently. And this is what your message should be doing from your business. And of course, when you go into podcasts, you should have that consistent message as well. Now, podcast hosts don't book you, they book your story. So the first step of the lighthouse, the foundation of the lighthouse, is to understand what drives you. Who are you? What drives you? What motivates you? What have been some of the pivotal moments in your journey? And this is a nice self-reflection exercise, and I'll describe in a moment how you can learn a little bit more about that. But for me, one of the things that you'll hear me talk about quite often as a pivotal moment in my journey was when I first, as a young man, started my very first job as a research chemist and a keen hobby photographer at 𝗚𝗂𝗀𝘀𝗀, where I thought, wow, this is exciting. But then digital photography came along very shortly afterwards, and the companies like 𝗚𝗂𝗀𝗀𝗀 and Kodak, as we all know, didn't react to the big shift in their business model or the disruption of their business model. And of course, we know what the result was. So that was a big transformational moment for me, a pivotal moment that kind of shaped my whole attitude to innovation and listening to the customer and customer experience. The second stage of the lighthouse is your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? And this is composed of kind of the personal why and the business why, because we're really only one person. So you can't keep business and personal separate. So for me, a personal why is actually just to live the life that I choose to live, have my ideal day every day. And I've got a really detailed description of what that looks like. And also to be an inspiration to my friends, to my family, and to my customers. And then my business why is to help business coaches and business consultants who are my ideal client to actually make a difference in the world and get in front of more of their dream clients. So they're my whys. So when you reflect on that, that's the second foundation of your lighthouse. And the third foundation of the lighthouse is what it is you do. And this is in context, of course, of what your message is going to be when you come onto the podcast. So what we do is we make marketing human again. Very simple statement. It's about 7 words. That's all you want. You want something really clear there because that's a very focused light shining out into the darkness of the ocean. And of course, having that self-awareness with that story, those pivotal moments with a really deep why that's meaningful to you, and then what you do will allow you to craft a message that's going to attract podcast hosts who say, wow, I need to have that person on as a guest. Now, if you want to learn more, then check out my next episode. It's episode 18 of Tales of Marketing Transformation, my podcast where I talk about marketing and use metaphors to teach marketing principles. And as I record this video right now, we are going to publish that episode tomorrow. So if you're looking at the video soon after recording, you might have to wait a day, but it's worth the wait, I promise you. So check out the episode 18 of Tales of Marketing Transformation and think about the lighthouse, think about who you are, what some of the pivotal moments are in your life, your why, what drives you, and what it is you do in a very high-level, succinct form. And I'll talk more in a subsequent video about how you can pull all that together to make a really powerful pitch and message that's going to attract podcast hosts and have them say, wow, I've got to have that person on my podcast. That's it for today. Bye for now. Have a wonderful day, and let's make marketing human again.